If Fabian says I need to pull some shards, well, who am I to turn him down? Hello, everyone. Bront, CatHerder here. We're having some fun talking Raid Shadow Legends, and we are here on my main. I have got a bunch of sacreds here. I am still working on the Fabian soul on this account, and we have 10 sacreds. So we are going to be pulling for, I believe, Caoilte is his name. We'll go talk about it, but I have certainly tried your patience with plenty of shard pulling videos this week, so let's try to get into it. Today we're going to be pulling for this dude, Caoilte the Ash Arrow. He is, at least he was supposed to be a bit of a counter for Armand's. I don't think he quite worked too well, but he looks kind of interesting. I think he might be a fun champion to grab, and honestly, he was probably the most interesting on my main account that had a lot of the other champions I've had otherwise. I don't have this dude, and I've got a Brogni. I don't have a Herndig. Herndig would be actually pretty good too. Herndig I like, but Caoilte just seems kind of rare, kind of interesting, and kind of unique. So, you know, if I end up getting one of him, I'll certainly pull for Herndig afterwards. I don't necessarily expect to get one of these things. I have been super lucky on shards lately, but we are going to go for it. We do have Pepsi right here. Crack this puppy open. Pepsi bringing us legendaries since, you know, most of this weekend at the very least. Pepsi has brought us some great luck. So, I'm going to thank Pepsi and, just let them know that I am here whenever they want to throw money my way for a sponsorship. So I am definitely willing to accommodate them on that. So let's pull these shards. We're going to pull all 10 of them because I want to make sure I have enough to get the soul. The only thing I have left is the 5-star soul and 2 keys, but I think that will get me everything, maybe a little more. And if I have a few extra, if I end up getting some of the mythical books, I'm not going to complain too much. We are going to pull. We've got Pepsi going. Let's get some legendaries. Magnar is not a legendary. Magnar smacks, though. He's got this extra hit he can place on this AoE ability without HP burns are great. Unfortunately, because he doesn't want HP burns out there, he doesn't play well with a lot of HP burn champions, and that is like the deal with a lot of the demon spawn. He's still a good damage dealer. Even this hit once is very solid, but he was an arena level damage dealer if you don't have HP burns. And if you do have HP burns, well, you know, he can bring a stun, I guess. He can spread him occasionally. He can do a couple of things. I generally don't build him with accuracy, but if you're going to pair him with a burner, you might want to. So let's see if we can get a legendary. That is a Royal Guard. He's got the AoE max HP hit. He's also got turn meter decrease and decreased speed. He's actually really good against the classic Fire Knight. Pretty good against Dark Fae as well because of this ability. He's a good champion overall. Took me forever to get him on my main account, so I never used him a lot, but he's a very good champion. Therasek, she empowers Rayan the Conjurer, I believe. So that's actually good because I like to use my Rayan the Conjurer in the Cursed City quite a bit. So that will be good. So pretty sad that that's her best use, but you know. Ooh, Steel Skull, the original poisoner for Clan Boss. He has a whopping 10% chance, bookable to 35% chance of placing a poison on each hit. Actually, it's not even each hit if I recall correctly. It might be. I don't remember. Okay heal and increase defense, and a decent heal with a cleanse. He's certainly been way power crept, but he's still very useful for a lot of faction wars, and actually pretty good for some of the Centrano stuff as well as a support. All right, Lady Quillen, she is a Mikage fusion champion. Come on, we're looking for some gold, not some of this stuff. One of the Reading Sisters, I think one of the bad ones. We got 4 left. Let's see if we can get some gold. Taragi, he is a almost a legendary, but not gold, so not quite what we're looking for. Got the ally protection with the reflect damage. He puts passive poisons out there. Has a provoke. It's not the 100% provoke, but it's pretty decent. And the decreased attack. He's very good. He's been one of the big carries on my free to play. Very good champion. Worth building even for the end game. Vrask is all about his passive. He's got the big heal right here, so whenever he crits, he heals 10% of his max HP to everybody else. This is extremely underrated because it's passive that happens on his A1. His A1 also gives him turn meter. Don't use his A2. It does more damage. It's a trap because you'd much rather get the extra turn meter. He requires 0 books. Don't invest in him anyway other than just making him good with some stats. There's a legendary, and there he is. All right, progressives are coming in clutch. That is awesome. What does this guy do? He's the reason we've been pulling. That is absolutely awesome. Very, very clean looking champion too. I like this this skin overall. He's pretty cool. So what does this guy do, and why is he supposed to be a counter for Armands? Well, attacks one enemy, places increased crit damage buff on this champion for 2 turns. Yeah, that's not particularly exciting. He's a damage dealer, or at least he's supposed to be, and that's probably the problem he's got. Attacks one enemy 2 times if the initial target is killed, also attacks the enemy with the lowest HP. So he basically kills one person and attacks somebody else. This is a very Alice-like ability. Alice does the same thing too. It's very clutch on Alice if it does enough damage. Both attacks will ignore 50% of the target's defense, as well as unkillable and block damage buffs. That makes him generally fairly useful in arena stuff, or just dealing with champions that have the unkillable and block damage. So that's a very, very good ability there. Finally, he attacks all enemies. Each critical hit fills this champion's turn meter by 10% and heals them by 10% of their max HP. Stacks up to 50%. Why would that stack? Oh, each hit. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so we can get up to 50% turn meter and 50% max HP. That makes sense. If this attack kills an enemy, places an unkillable buff on this champion for 1 turn. And then finally, when this champion or an ally's turn meter is decreased, increases the damage of this champion's next attack by 20%. So Armands comes in, steals a bunch of turn meter. That's a bunch of damage that he gets. Active effect. Whenever this champion's turn meter drops below 25% because a turn meter reduction effect from an enemy places a block debuffs on this champion for 2 turns and grants them an extra turn. So before the stuns get placed by Armands, he places block damage and then instantly activates to do whatever he's going to do, which is why he can be a counter to Armands. The problem is he doesn't ignore Stone Skin, so he doesn't necessarily get through some of the Stone Skin build Armands is, and he also just doesn't hit as hard as he's kind of supposed to. Now this should hit pretty well. If this kills, attacks somebody else, that's nice. He gets a bunch of extra turn meter to go against this one. He kind of needs either some way to deal with Stone Skin or just better multipliers overall is generally what people think, but I am going to build him and play with him and see how that works, because I think he still looks kind of cool. I kind of like the idea of having a possible Armands counter in my vault, especially for Siege, where I may face several different Armandses, and I can certainly counter them with a couple different things, but it's nice to have an array of tools in my kit. So we've got one more to pull. This could be whatever, but we have actually won the lottery here. We have gotten the champion we have pulled for. On this account, in fact, we've gotten the progressive we have pulled for twice, which is amazing, so especially when we're doing it on these type of shards. So that is an Oathbound, not particularly exciting. He's okay. He's got an AoE attack with decreased attack. That could actually be very useful. It's a 3-turn cooldown unbooked. Does book up to 100%. Very usable for faction wars, probably just with that ability alone. 4 enemies at random, block active skills. Not a high chance to place it. Books up to 50% of chance. If they're in a decreased attack, it's 100% though, so that's not too bad. And you don't even need to book it. It's okay. Defense-based champion, though, does some okay damage. He's got some decent debuffs. I could see a use for this dude, but he's certainly not going to be an endgame champion for you. But he's not horrible. So, hey, that is that. We have gotten a bunch of legendaries that I need to work on pulling, building, and putting gear on, booking. So it's been a wonderful, wonderful weekend for me. Definitely, I'm a bit tapped out on shards at this point in time, which means, maybe I'll be skipping the next fusion. We'll certainly see where the next fusion is, what kind of craziness they give out there, because I know Polaria doesn't like to let up if they can avoid it, because they want to get, your time, your effort, and to be fair, your money. So we'll see how the next one goes, but I'm honestly looking forward to just kind of chilling out a little bit with Raid, because it has been a non-stop grind with free-to-play. It's been a lot of fun, but it will be kind of nice to not have to prioritize an account for, basically for a large chunk of what I've been doing. So you guys have been absolutely amazing, and I realize I got a little ranty at the end of it here, but you guys are absolutely amazing. You guys are the reason I'm doing a lot of this stuff, and I really do appreciate you. Much love. Hopefully you've gotten some amazing champions, or maybe you're going to get some amazing champions next weekend. Either way, good luck on your polls. Grab a Pepsi. It does help, I swear, and I'm not being sponsored yet. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I really do appreciate it. You guys are absolutely awesome, as I keep on saying. Till the next video, I am Bront CatHerder.